one from Will Hai Hui, but PJ, he keeps on taking an extra touch with the ball. What is a terrible clearance from him.
It certainly is. He's dangerous. The keeper trying to be a little bit too composed. Went on the ball to look after possession and played into one of his defenders. So a little bit of a wake-up call for him.
Yeah, it's noticeable that he's held on to the ball a little too long at times in these first few minutes. Almost got closed down earlier. Forward by Xuan Hung. Now that ordinarily you'd say, well, that's a bit of a waste, but given what we saw earlier from the keeper, again, look, he's doing all that. And while it's great when it comes off, instead of just putting your foot through it, flag surely will go up there and prove out. Just keep an eye out for the Svay Rieng keeper, Omundong, because, well, they're a different breed, aren't they, goalkeepers?
It's a shame we don't have Des Corkill listening in. Potentially, maybe. Yes, they are, Shazad. You are absolutely spot on.
Thiago Santos. So just little signs for Tan Quảng Ninh. Bissau seeing a lot of the ball early on. Launches out to that right hand side. Soyan. Nice work on the right hand side by Palin. Here up now the line, trying to create that pressure. There was no one there to receive that ball from Kobayashi. Trying to work that through Neven Lastro.
On that occasion, quite Thiago Santos different to give away the foul. Just came diving in. Domingos certainly has looked a little bit susceptible in the early stages of this game.
That gives you sort of the confidence if you're the opposition to try and loft balls into the box, make it difficult for him. Vissal is there to clear though. Pressing as much Svay Rieng as Tan Quảng Ninh are up the other end. That gives them a little bit more freedom at the back here for the Vietnamese club. A couple of nice touches on. Thought the flag might go up. Campbell tried to clear that. The offside given, by the way, on Xuan too.
Good passage of play there for Tan Quảng Ninh. That build-up play down the right-hand side. Some intricate passing to get the ball into the box from the cross from a wide position.
There's now much quicker passing from Tan Quang Ninh. Jeremy Lynch doing well on that left-hand side.
Again, that's good build-up play. This time down the left-hand side, some good combination passing. Being able to release Lynch down that left-hand channel, being forced out for a corner kick.
Easy one for the keeper this time. Quickly launches. They'll put their hands up. I think they felt Privat came from an offside position.
They all felt that it seemed quite obvious that it was offside.
Yeah.
Linesman not interested.
By Lastro. Bobbing down this left-hand side. A couple of good runs. Quoc Tan. He doesn't agree with that decision, Kriya.
Completely as well. It's excellent defending. Very pacey, strong, used his body well. Just to intercept the ball. Shouldn't have been a foul, but regardless, he and his team find themselves in a dangerous position defensively.
Now, can they do something with this? Whip it in. Tan Quang Ninh. See if they can cause more errors at the back. Keeper's done well. Looks perhaps one for the cameras. Got the job done, and now they're under some kind of break, or perhaps not.
It was a good delivery as well, on target. Forcing. Save, an acrobatic one. And that from Altdon. We've seen plenty of action in the early stages of this half.
He's it's been colourful, isn't it, from him? Oh, he's hurt himself from that that expansive dive of his to save the ball. Get the spray there to try and help him out. Not too many chances to speak of yet, but those that we've seen have fallen really for Tan Quang Ninh at the moment. This man's been busy one way or another.
They certainly look like the team that has more threat, particularly in that final third. Home support. Nice little vocal crowd there as well, enjoying this game in what is lovely conditions on a Wednesday evening.
Past one. Short two. Been working hard. Offside is the shout. Privat's done really well there. A lot of action on that, both flanks. A bit of space in the midfield.
That being a fairly decent ball. Forward into that left-hand channel. Nice switch of play. Sometimes just not really reading the trajectory, allowing the ball to bounce, and it's just run away from him out of play. Just need a period of sustained possession. Here does the home team. Giving the ball away a little bit cheaply. Foul there from Vissel. High leg. Very acrobatic defensively. There's that matchup that we're referring to. Jonathan Campbell up against Jeremy Lynch. Jeremy Lynch in particular has seen absolutely nothing of the ball so far in this game.
Yeah, it's been scraps, hasn't it, really? Good work down the left-hand side. And yet again, another chance goes begging.
Again, reasonable build-up play. Hear him lace down that left-hand side. Lynch it was who held up his run. Just see him come into pitch on that hand side initially as he peels off, and ends up being a shot that Two's just unable to keep it down. Really should have ensured that he got over the ball to make sure that he kept it down, at least hit the target. And you've been starved of opportunities, and you're afforded a shot like that on goal, not really contested or under too much pressure. You've really got to make them count.
Yeah, chances very few and far between here so far. Trying to play their way out of trouble here, Quảng Ninh, and in the process they lose the ball.
It was good movement. It was a good run there by Suki Kobayashi. Darting running behind the defence, just ran out of room. Pass just a little bit too tight, too close to the byline.
Just has the impression so far, PJ, just lacking that bit of intensity, doesn't it?
It's just simmering. See a bit of momentum for either team, some decent passages of play for either team, working the ball into some dangerous areas. It's just lacked that real cutting edge in the final third. 23 minutes gone now. You can just sense that both teams have started to find their way in this game. Well and truly warmed up. Just needing either team just to really take a stranglehold of it, particularly in that midfield area. Aim to take control, to be able to keep a real sustained period of possession.
Another foul. Quite a lot of these now.
A little bit of frustration setting in by Privat. Still talking to the referee. Again, we see there for Svay Rieng, the team where they had the ball in a advanced position. You've got the opportunity to work it forward, maybe into a wide area with an early cross, or even be a little bit more direct, but just playing it back to their own defensive line then forces them all the way back to the keeper and they get the ball away. Would like to see them being the home team.
Tạm gác qua những giây phút căng thẳng trong trận đấu này, chúng tôi xin trân trọng giới thiệu đến các bạn FB88.tv. Đây là trang nhà cái đến từ châu Âu có kèo ăn cao nhất trên thị trường hiện nay, đang được đông đảo anh em hâm mộ bóng đá tại Việt Nam lựa chọn và tham gia đặt cược. FB88.tv đảm bảo uy tín tuyệt đối dành cho anh em. Nạp và rút tiền trực tiếp về thẻ ngân hàng chỉ trong khoảng 5 đến 10 phút. Hãy nhanh tay đặt cược tại link FB88.tv.
Need to be a little bit more adventurous, be a little bit more determined in their approach.
Well, as Quảng Ninh have had the efforts so far. Svay Rieng not much to show for it, but those three efforts haven't really got anyone too worried about the scoreline yet.
This game's still very, very tight. A little bit of edginess. Both teams. The team's just lacking a little bit of composure. It really is a desperate game for both teams. Beauty of a group stage competition that each match day, depending on results, that the tide can turn either for or against you fairly quickly. You can see what picking up maximum points could mean for both of these teams in this competition.
Yeah, certainly for Svay Rieng, they could go top of the table a little bit for a little while, depending on what happens in that Bali Serres game this evening. And for Quảng Ninh, if they get the points, they'll be making it into the upper reaches of this group. Lose today, and Quảng Ninh pretty much have very little chance of getting through. It's just played very slowly at the moment. There's Connor Nesta from this Svay Rieng side. His opposite number. Anton Hung. Thiago. Looking to maybe shape up for the shot.
Something just really lacking with his decision making. Had the opportunity to duck inside where space opened out, and he continued to favour venturing outside his opponent with his favoured left foot. Having a corner kick at this point in time of game, again, they'll really want to make these count. Chances few and far between. Absolutely crucial to take advantage of a set piece with an excellent delivery.
Someone's going to take the shots. Ooh, it was almost guided in. I'm sure the flag would have gone up for that.
I just disagree with that type of corner kick. Again, you play it short. The shot is coming from a long, long way out. That has to be a special strike. Defenders there. Just though it didn't come off Campbell. It was in an offside position. But you're struggling to get the ball in your opponent's 18-yard box and struggling to create any real cutting-edge opportunities. And you've got a corner kick and you decide to play it short and opt for a shot from 35 yards out. It's poor decision making. Keep it simple, work it into the box. You've got your big boys up there that venture forward to supporting that, in the likes of particular Campbell, who'd relish a ball into the box so that he can attack it. Thiago Santos as well. Just keep it simple.
Yeah, it just might be indicative of the lack of creativity we're seeing, particularly from Svay Rieng.
Just maybe trying to be too creative.
Or sometimes being overly, yeah.
Exactly, just keep it very structured, very simple. Make sure you get a good delivery. Make sure that you have one of your teammates putting the goalkeeper under pressure. Tan Lin has not been tested in this game whatsoever. He's had a very quiet game. So even if you're aiming from a corner kick or a set piece, just to float it in there, that at least gives your teammates the opportunity to attack it, but entice the keeper to come out. Force him into needing to defend. On that occasion, from a shot from 35 yards, you're doing absolutely nothing to put any concern or stress on your opponent defensively.
Let's see if things improve here between the two sides, as the other game in this group kicks off now. Ceres and Bali. And, that will have a direct impact on this game and vice versa.
Oh, Will, this group really open. It's great that both games are going ahead. Bali United certainly been disappointing so far. Got absolutely hammered in their playoff game.
We high.
Yeah, we are also not a bad opportunity, to be fair, Shazad. It's very simple. Two just whipping it in. One it was just trying to get his head on the end of it, but again, at least they're working the ball into a wide area, trying to get the ball in the box early.
Now bearing down on the goal. It was just behind Privat. Thiago. They're all lining up here. Oh, it's been missed from inside the 6-yard box. How on earth did he manage to do that?
Well, Kobayashi's found himself in the perfect position to see the ball come across. He's gone with his left leg. His technique looks fine. Going to run across his body. He's just completely misjudged and not made any contact. Really should have done better.
Well, that by a country mile is the best chance we've had in this game.
Oh, it was. Really good ball in behind from Privat.
This is another angle to have a look at it.
Fallon it was who was initially released out on that right-hand side. Tug on the shirt as well. Kobayashi must do better.
Well, in a game of such few chances, you need to take them, and Kobayashi has failed to do so. That'll give them a bit of confidence, Svay Rieng.
A little bit of confidence gives the fans a lift. Certainly enjoyed that opportunity. frustrated.
I look at it, yeah, that says it all, doesn't it?
I could see from the commentary booth that it came off his foot. It's just a little bit of a sense of frustration. I have absolutely no idea why he's feeling that it should be his throw-in. And the referee is thinking exactly the same. You've got to try your luck with the referee, though, and the linesman.
Everyone does that, don't they?
They certainly do. And you certainly don't begrudge anyone doing that. He's a lively player, Privat. Very, very quick. Hasn't had any real opportunities to work to his strengths and be in a position where there's space behind his opponent where he can exploit his pace. That man there's needing to have a real solid game in the heart of defence. Nevan Lastro.
Just maybe start to ask a couple more questions now, Svay Rieng.
Just looking to get the ball forward faster. Almost bypassing midfield in the last 5 to 10 minutes.
Minutes left in this first half, a half in which we haven't seen too many chances, a number of errors. On either side able to take advantage. One very good opportunity for Svay Rieng, falling to Kobayashi. There's an unforced error, PJ, that's a poor one.
A little bit frustrated with his lack of support in that position. He needed his teammate basically standing where he played the ball. Just a little bit too far forward on that occasion. Two needs to drop back and provide that option. In saying that though, it needs to be pretty clear that Astro realises that that option's not there and have a look at peeling away, keeping possession.
Now this is not the first time we've seen this sort of issue. And there's surely a chance here to put that away. And Hai Hui takes advantage of a real mix-up at the back. They try to play their way out of defence and got caught out.
Hai Hui, brilliant finish. Good defending high at the park, take advantage of their opponents giving the ball away cheaply. Good little interchange of passes, a little bit fortunate. It was initially just to be released on that left-hand side. See just here he's able to force his way through. A little bit fortunate just with that little bobble off his opponent's feet. But when he gets in that position, he opens up his body really well, drills it home. Very much against the run of play.
What you didn't see on that replay was the fact that he was given away so cheaply. And here's again, just slow off the mark. And he has every right to go for that, Jeremy Lynch. The 6s and 7s at the back, they have tried to play their way out of trouble a number of times. They've looked lackadaisical, TJ.
Well, here's the earlier opportunity. It's a good finish. Ryan needs to be stronger in the challenge. See here, to Ryan, he needs to be much stronger. It is a very poor defensive effort by Cryer.
Yeah, Cryer was too soft, wasn't it? The way he kind of almost turned his back.
Incredibly soft going in, almost on his side. He's got to front up to that. He's got to ensure that he collects the ball. It's a really simple tackle, a real simple challenge there, just to really stop the progression of Hai Hui.
He was going to get past his man, there's no doubt about it. That could have warranted a yellow card for Lastro. And they bounce back immediately here. Svay Rieng. Remember that chance they had just a few minutes before they conceded. keeper. Didn't want to take any chances.
No, he did. Certainly made an awful lot more of it than probably needed to. Svay Rieng just caught a little bit off guard. Decent effort just on goal.
He's not the tallest of goalkeepers, is he? Svay Rieng. Now, just taking their time here. Maybe a little bit more urgency. The first half is wrapping up for Svay Rieng. Thiago. Sarit trying to join the attack.
Chỉ còn hơn 10 phút nữa thôi, trận đấu sẽ bước vào giờ nghỉ giải lao. Và trước khi tạm biệt anh em, chúng tôi xin trân trọng được giới thiệu một website đặt cược bóng đá phải nói là cực kỳ uy tín hiện nay. Đó chính là fb88.tv. Hiện tại đang có chương trình khuyến mãi lên tới 2 triệu đồng dành cho thành viên mới. Hoàn toàn hợp pháp, an toàn, nạp rút cực nhanh. Nhấn mạnh là không đâu bằng. Hãy nhanh tay truy cập fb88.tv để nhận ngay những ưu đãi tuyệt vời này.
Particularly defensively when they enact on that high press where they did look real threatening. There's real energy around it. It's always difficult to keep possession when you're deep in your own half and you do have the opponents applying pressure and closing off the passing angles. We just haven't seen enough of that.
He's kind of a very frustrated figure as well. Now this is how the goal was given away. Vissal trying to be a little too clever. He was closed down. And then Hai Hui. Good finish from him. Well, Vissal should have put his foot through it.
Well, he got punished. Again, you understand from a player in that defensive line that you don't want to give the ball away cheaply. If you're put under pressure, you don't want to just launch it down the channel or play it in towards the corner flag. You do want to aim to keep possession and find one of your teammates. The challenge is when you're in that mindset and your pass is not on, then you pull the ball in a different direction, the pass is not on, you take another touch, and all of a sudden you've worked your way into a dead end, and then you're in a dangerous position. That's exactly what we witnessed on that occasion there for Vissal. He's given the ball away cheaply, but even in saying that, they had enough players back defensively to impact play, and the ball should not have got into the position it was. Campbell was there, Korea was there. Both of them could have been a lot stronger in the challenge to not allow that opportunity and that shot on goal. It found its way into the back of the net.
Yeah, problems at the back there. There were warning signs, as we said earlier on, for Svay Rieng. And they paid the price by conceding. Not that they've created too much going forward, but one chance in particular that will have repercussions. Of course, if the other game, Bali and Ceres, ends in a draw and Tan Quảng Ninh win here, then it will be very, very tight. Now Vissal. Well, Marshall in the end, very nicely done by Lastro. Reminder that the all AFC competitions take a break for the next few weeks. We do not resume till April. And given the current situation, PJ, probably that long break has come at a good time.
Yeah, very difficult situation, regionally and globally. It really does, in many ways, a little bit more onus on your result in this game, knowing that there is a small break which could potentially be lengthened given the situation. potential postponements, which we're already witnessing in AFC competitions. So it really does almost mean that picking up a really good result in this game is that it could be a little bit of a wait before your next one.
And again, every time he gets the ball, Udom, he's just not sure what he's going to do. Even there, he seemed to hesitate. And that means your defence also start having second thoughts about whether to pass the ball to you. No foul by Privat. He's trying to take everyone on. Privat! Oh, what a brilliant individual goal this is! One of the great goals of the AFC Cup 2020 from Privat to draw his side level.
Well, the home fans are certainly loving it. That is a brilliant finish. Wonderful piece of individual brilliance to really get his team back into this game. Privat picks up the ball in a midfield area. No real danger where he picks the ball up. He uses his body well to keep possession, but here it is. Little bit of space, good little interchange of touches with himself. Rounds the keeper, exceptional blistering pace. And then ends up being an easy pass home. Wonderful piece of individual skill.
This game needed a spark, he needed a little bit of magic, and Privat has given us that just before the end of this first half. What a time to score for his side. And we know that Quảng Ninh, they struggle to keep clean sheets, proven that Privat has just got to run right through the middle of their defence. The crowd now up for it. They probably don't want half-time whistle at the moment. Just trying to surge forward there. Here's Subnam. It's the left back. Now Thiago. Look at the number of bodies in there. I'm not really sure that replay did him full justice, the way he cut through that defence. And now you just hear the shouts and the reaction whenever he's on the ball. But it is Quảng Ninh coming forward to attack. Xuan Tu. Is there going to be another goal before half-time? Oh, complete air shot there from Hai Hui. The keeper the second time of asking. That was from some distance from Udom. Don't tell me he's hurt himself again.
That was a long way out, that strike. Brilliant effort. Hit it absolutely delightfully. Pretty straightforward save there for Udom. He does fumble it though, so he hasn't looked comfortable when applied under pressure, the ball being played into him. Oh, this game's really come to life. Very entertaining final 10 to 15 minutes of this half.
Quite sure why the decision was to do that, but shouldn't have any repercussions on this.
You really don't see contested drop balls too much these days. I used to love those back in the day.
They're trying to bring Subnam back on. He is now. Thiago. Now Subnam. Halim. Privat. He might fancy his chances dribbling in it even from the sides, PJ. Well, a game that was perhaps starved of quality at times, well, was made up for by this man here, Privat, right at the very end with a brilliant individual goal as he cut through the heart of the defence. And the half-time score here
determined and direct. Good couple of touches amongst himself. Really used his pace perfectly. Got him behind the defence. Rounded the keeper as well. Did brilliantly in getting around Tan Lin very, very easily and slotted it home.
Confusion as to how to get the second half underway.
I kind of miss the old restarts. Direct.
You've been
Pass
getting
from
a bit
the centre circle.
Getting a bit nostalgic.
Yeah, I'm a little bit my old age. Talking about missing the restarts and the drop balls that are contested.
Well, let's see how things progress in the second half, because they had a little head of steam, Svay Rieng, just towards the end of that first 45, and you just saw Privat there trying to close down Tuan Lin, the keeper. And they might just fancy their chances, PJ, after getting a goal back. There's quite the shot of the upper thigh.
Well, I think they certainly should. They ring at home in front of their home fans with a real weapon going forward that they just need to ensure that they're able to provide some supply to. You see there's just a gentle push in the back there by Jeremy Lynch. He has not seen much of the ball whatsoever. Really has been tightly marked. Both Jonathan Campbell and Vissel in particular doing a good job in just ensuring that he doesn't have any space in which to move.
I think it's quite telling that Mak Hong Kwan has been replaced by Pham Win Sa, who started the last game. Lynch there a bit frustrated. The referee could actually be punishing that. He's chosen not to.
It's a fairly rugged attempt.
Yeah, so Mak, the Vietnamese international, who he burst onto the scene a few years ago, quite a few years ago if you may recall, having grown up in the Czech Republic, played for Sparta Prague, BT, captained the side as well, and then never really took off for Vietnam. Mak Hong Kwan has only got a handful of caps. And never pushed on. He's been a long-serving member of this side, but he hasn't done anything this game. I'm not even sure we even said his name in the first half, but it's replaced by another international in Pham Win Sa. Is definitely more of a defensive midfielder, so it's interesting. I think they just want to stiffen things up a bit. Mak Hong Kwan is an attacking player, so maybe they just feel that they were a little soft in midfield. Privat leading things forward again. He is causing problems. Here's Thiago. He sees a space on the left-hand side. Samnam. Oh, just needed better touch on. It will be a corner. Palil was causing problems.
Yeah, Palil made a very direct run to that near post area. As you can see, it's just behind him.
And it's the new man in, Pham Win Sa, who puts it out of play. Taken short. Cleared away by Tan Hao. Just feel the momentum at the moment with these guys here in blue. Svay Rieng. Kobayashi. Now Sotiarot. This is good stuff here from Svay Rieng. Remember, they're doing this all without their international Prakmoni Udom. He's a bit of a miss, of course, the Cambodian international. Don't forget, Privat scored as well against Bali United. They were 2 up by the 19th minute, 2 goals in 7 minutes against Bali United. Very good players in that side. And talking of Bali United, as we see there, Sotiarot on the ground, and I'm happy with this. Now actually, Campbell might have just shoved Jeremy Lynch. I'm not sure he was completely at fault there. Well, they're saying that Jeremy Lynch used an elbow. I'm not convinced about that. There was too much in there, was there?
No, there wasn't. It wasn't.
And I think Campbell pushed Lynch into his own player. And I think Colin Esser's having a few words as well. They've got to get on with it. Schwan-2 here. By the way, talking of that other game at the moment, Ceres are a goal up. Roger Poteria, with the 35th minute, has scored against Bali United. And that has repercussions, of course, on this game as well. Will put a little bit more distance, if it remains this way in both games, there's a little bit more distance between Ceres and the rest. Forward by Omuto. Again, late and unnecessary from the new man in, Winsa. That's not going to get to Lynch. Campbell in the way, and then Vissal clears. Sotiarot, good ball. Here's Privat. Will he go on his own? He could have crossed the ball earlier. He perhaps hesitated, as did Palim.
It's the wrong option from Privat. He's got the pace. He's direct enough. He just needs to go straight towards goal and have a shot himself. here's the opportunity. He has a look up and all of a sudden he's just got his mind set on crossing the ball. Look at how close he is towards the goal. He's just got to take it a couple of yards further inside to create an angle for himself to have a shot and be direct.
I'm surprised. A man who had the confidence to go right through the heart of the defence didn't want to attempt a shot there.
That's a poor decision. A real poor decision.
Thiago forward again, up towards Privat.
Privat didn't fancy that. Feels that his head was impeded. He's just got to play on.
They should get a corner from this Tan Quang Ning.
Yeah, they'll enjoy this. Had too many opportunities in this second half.
Well, you always have a chance with Undom, who again just hesitated there. That's an open header to the near post. All too easy. Lastro gives Tan Quang Ning the lead again. Where was the marking? And should the goalkeeper have done better?
Well, Lastro Niven, he takes it really well. Just at that back post area. Just referring to the importance of good quality on set pieces when you're not generating any real good opportunities from open play. And that was whipped in at that back post area. Lastro was just able to get on the end of it. He's completely unmarked.
Well, hopefully we'll get a look at that again in a short while, just to give you more analysis of that goal. All you need to know at the moment is that Tan Quang Ning are 2-1 up here, maybe slightly against the run of play. But they've done it before. I'm sure they'll feel they can do it again. And there is a change now made. Sam Winpidor is on for Nen Sotiarot, who was the one change in the side today. Here's that goal.
Good delivery to that back post area. Actually made its way out. Gets on it well, forces it into the ground. Always difficult for a goalkeeper to be able to anticipate the trajectory and the bounce of the ball when it's not straight back in there. That's a very attacking substitution there for the home team. Sothia Roth coming off as a natural defender. And Pidor, very much an attack-minded player.
Yep, Cambodia international Pidor, not the most prolific of players. Can play wide as well, but he is taking an advanced position here. No foul from Vissal. Now Thiago. He's going for goal. Here Thiago.
Thiago a long way out. Managed to strike it fairly decently. Tan Lin just scurrying away to that right hand side, just to ensure it wasn't on target.
Looks like Pidor is taking up the wide right position that Sotiarath was on earlier. Dom clears. Here's Palin. Seeing a lot of the ball to their credit. Foul on Privat. And a booking for Hai Hui, who got the first goal.
Just using his body well.
A couple of fouls on him there.
He's been very tightly marked, particularly in this second half.
Away by Lastro. They'll go all the way back to Uddom. There is an intensity about this Svay Rieng side that perhaps we didn't see for about half an hour, 40 minutes of the first half. As soon as I say that, they give the ball away. Guilty party there is Sarat. So puts it out for a corner.
It's been a really good passage of play. Quảng Ninh just really getting on the score sheet, going ahead. Really want to apply and continue to apply as much pressure and keep the ball.
Well, that was almost an opportunity there, wasn't it? Might have felt they should have done better with that.
Svay Rieng just really unable to deal with what was a fairly orthodox cross into the box. No one cutting it out initially, and bouncing in the box as well. Really need to start to build some momentum, keep possession. You can just see there, giving the ball away cheaply. Privat it was on that occasion.
Surging forward, Quaktan. Now Lynch. Lynch going for goal! Oh dear, that is a soft goal. I think the flag's gone up. But it's a huge letter for Omuddom, who really ought to have saved that anyway.
He should have. He really should have. But regardless, they still find themselves very much in this game. 3-1 scoreline would be very different in the whole context of what this game, what a result would mean for both teams. A little bit of a wake-up call. They've certainly had a couple of those in this second half.
was the new man in. Pidor. This goalkeeper who makes people nervous, makes me nervous just commentating on him. Campbell, now Thiago. Oh, delightful ball from Thiago, but it is just offside of Privat. He doesn't think so. It's a good idea from Privat. Sorry, from Thiago to Privat. Still looking across at the assistant. From there, it certainly looks offside.
It looks so. It certainly did, but again, it's his pace that can be really quite deceiving.
Yep.
Camera angle not so easy to be able to judge. Certainly believed he wasn't.
So they finish off here. No one at the end of that ball. Well, a bit of frustration with the officials, shall we say, over the last few minutes.
There's a bit of edge to this game now. Quảng Ninh in the driving seat, but certainly not comfortable for them. Svay Rieng quite fortunate not to be 3-1 down. That third goal there, they found the ball into the back of the net, being adjudged to be offside. Second best for large periods of this second half.
Vissal, this is where his keeper has to come out and clear, which he does this time. Thiago is always looking to play in Privat.
Well, Privat certainly the main threat going forward. They want to be able to release him in those wide areas where there's more space for him to manoeuvre and really use his pace. They haven't been able to do that as much in this second half.
Privat is offside. Again, he's getting annoyed with these decisions.
Yeah, he's seriously quite frustrated. On that occasion, he's in a wide area where he's able to look directly across that defensive line, so should be ensuring that he does not drift offside. And again, if he's feeling that it's a little bit tight and that he was onside but the linesman's still calling it, then he's got to be aware of the overall approach to the linesman, and he needs to give himself a couple of yards in which to ensure that he does stay onside. There's a couple of occasions there where it's been very close and he feels that he's been judged poorly. He's got to be aware of that and then just change his run to ensure that he doesn't give the linesman such a difficult decision to make.
Coming forward there. Good run from Hei Hui. Now Pidor on this right hand side. He's got Privat to his right. Needed a better ball from Pidor. Privat could have been set free there.
Well, Pidor's just got it all completely wrong. Privat had actually dropped deep for the ball and then he peeled forward. Pidor's just got to play him in for that early opportunity where Campbell it was, who just snuck his toe in to intercept the ball.
Stretched a little bit now in this game. Here's Lynch. Savan, Thiago, just too much on. As I said, every time he looks up, he's honed in on where Privat is.
Yeah, it's quite close as well.
Half-time, by the way, coming to the end of half-time, in fact, between Ceres and Bali United. Ceres still in front. That's sole goal from OJ Poteria. Dropped a long way, Palim. Trying to get back. Feels like he's just dropped a little bit into midfield, and it's just Privat now leading the line. There was a 4-4-2 prior to this. It's almost a 4-5-1 now. Work from Samnang. Now Campbell. Privat does well. Get a bit of confusion at the back. Enough to get the ball away, so that's definitely got out of play. And they get that second goal, and they'll have a bit of work, a bit of help, I suppose you could say. Swan Sovan is off. Ross Konsomrak comes on. That ostensibly looks like a defensive move. International, Ross Sombrach.
It's entering a crucial stage of the game, final 15 minutes. We need to ensure that they maintain a real level of intensity, particularly defensively and in this middle third. Close their opponents down quickly. Aim to give them pressure, to give the ball away cheaply, as we've just witnessed on that occasion. That's a prime example of what they need to do. On this occasion, I'll just look to keep possession. No rush to get the ball forward, but certainly aim to play the game in their opponent's half with a brilliant switch.
Nice one too. Took that well. Here's Jeremy Lynch. Since they've got the goal, they've got a little bit more assured. Quảng Ninh could have done better with that. No foul. A bit of a frustrated figure in the second half. You can just see he's got a point. You can't be taking a drink and taking your time like that, PJ. You've got to get on with it.
Very true. But you're certainly going to most likely do the same. Can't blame Privat for getting frustrated on that occasion. Don't mind that anime nature and a little bit of character in the game.
Oh, lovely ball in. And Lynch has poached a goal there. Something out of nothing. And that could be it here. The third goal, all important for this Tan Quảng Ninh side, but when you look back at it, quite soft.
We're certainly enjoying the celebration. He's taken it really well. He's aiming to slow the game down as much as possible as well. Now they've gone 3-1 ahead. It demonstrated really impressive poise and balance as he rocketed that shot home. Fell to him in the 6-yard box. He's had to react really quickly, and he's got an excellent strike on the ball, punishing it into the roof of the net. See, coming from their own goal kick, it's just launched forward.
Just looked a lost cause, didn't it, here?
Dreadful defending, absolute dreadful defending on that occasion.
Did Campbell look just kind of hold back a bit there? Could he have just gone with the ball?
Yeah, put a little bit more pressure on the ball before it did come in. This is where Lynch has done brilliantly. It's just gone over his right shoulder. He's got his foot out. He's cushioned it down, but it's just drifted a little bit away from him, but he's managed to get a really strong strike on goal. Dreadful defending. Svay Rieng, to concede a goal like that from your opposition goal kick, just launched it down the other end of the field. It's bounced once, got to the byline, knock it back inside into the back of the net. Awful defending.
Yeah, they're going to look back at a couple of these goals that they've given away. How soft they were. And it looks like it could well be over now with 12 minutes to go for Svay Rieng to somehow get themselves back into this game. There's a booking, I think, for Vissal. Just to confirm that
ladies and gentlemen, the official attendance number for today's match is 2,349.
well, you could just hear there, almost 2,500 in the crowd. Not bad.
That's a good turnout. They're quite a vocal home crowd. They certainly won't be enjoying the current scoreline and how this game has evolved.
Win Hukoi is on for Quảng Ninh. That was the confirmation there. He's on the ball now on this left-hand side. another change. Final one for Svay Rieng. Tola comes in for Sok Som Nang.
A very attack-minded and not surprising substitution. Som Nang working hard in defence. Tola coming on as an out-and-out striker.
Tola is a Cambodia international. Again, a not particularly prolific one at international level, but he's got 1 in 3, almost 1 in 3 playing for Svay Rieng. The question might be asked, why didn't he start today?
He's got just under 10 minutes to produce the goods. Mammoth task they currently face to even aim to get back to a draw, which would still be overall a pretty disappointing performance for them. Really haven't been as ruthless as they've needed to be in front of their home fans. They've looked suspect defensively, particularly with that third goal.
Here's Saret. Nice work again from Privat. Trying to do it all on his own, Privat.
Well, the referee aiming to allow play to continue. Here's where the foul was. Certainly didn't seem to be anything in that initial foul where it was awarded.
Rastro did almost apologise, I think, to Privat.
Well, it's actually the... So, yeah. Generally witness too many apologies going on during the game. Again, they've got to make these opportunities count now. Time is running out.
Get one now, and it could make things interesting. Keeper's flapping. Privat couldn't wrap his foot around it. That's a very ambitious shot, that one. Too quite special. Here is that chance, but reminder again, the other match that is going on. It was 1-0 the last time we checked. Ceres versus Bali United. And it is now 2-0. We've just had a second goal. Bienve Managnon with a penalty in the 54th minute. And they are looking quite comfortable in that game. Nicely done by Xuan Tu. Tola. Palin. could be the fourth goal. It's a nice finish, but it's too easy once again. Nat Min, where was the rest of that defence?
He's taken it very, very well. Released in behind the defence. Running at pace with the ball, just pokes it home. Matt Dunn has had a very, very challenging game in goals. Here's the occasion. Just released again. There's nothing too special about the ball or the run. Again, it's a very high defence and really not tracking runners there. Svay Rieng gets in this position, he just draws out the keeper, slots it past him close to his body, which is really clever way to execute and force the ball into the back of the net. All of a sudden it's 4-1, win away from home. Brilliant result this will be.
Well, it puts them in the mix, I suppose, but the other result is not going their way, and that is Ceres beating Bali United. If that had maybe ended in a draw, they might feel they've got something in their favour. But Ceres will, if it stays this way, Ceres will be on 7 points and Tan Quảng Ninh will be on 4. So they've got to try and beat them in the next game that they meet up, and hope maybe another result or two goes their way. Remember, they got thrashed 4-1. That flashes over. We've got the final change to be made by Tan Quảng Ninh. It's going to be Nat Min, who just scored. It is Nat Min indeed. Hai Long comes on.
Well, home fans don't know what's hit them, and the players on the pitch for the home team certainly don't either. Coming into this game with such high expectations, and they have not delivered. Tan Quảng Ninh away from home have been absolutely ruthless with their opportunities.
Cameo there for Win Hai Long. And this probably puts a big dent now in the chances of Svay Rieng, which were also relatively remote. I think outside of that one result against Bali United, it's always going to be a struggle for them.
Well, they were the team coming into this game in better position and certainly a more optimistic outlook, sitting on 3 points, playing at home. When we look at the quality of the opposition, you certainly would expect that Ceres and Bali are really difficult counterparts, but they've obviously done reasonably well on one of those games, and coming up against Tan Quảng Ninh at home, they would have expected to at least got something out of this game. But they have really been dominated, not necessarily for large parts of this game, but they have not been able to carve out enough clear-cut opportunities. They really haven't been able to release anywhere near as much as they would have liked. Privat with his pace in those wide areas, we saw a glimpse of that with that brilliant goal in the first half. But they haven't shown enough of it, and they've allowed Tan Quảng Ninh with opportunities. They're playing a high line in defence. They were a little bit flat. They were able to get in behind, and they've taken their chances.
Yeah, I think they haven't, as you say, haven't had to necessarily be at their best. They've got the result on the road. That just gives them a lifeline, perhaps. But as I said, they're now going to have to beat Ceres, beat them quite convincingly, because remember, it's head-to-head. It's head-to-head that matters. You've got to try and match that result, or it's going to go against you. Remember, they lost 4-1. It's 4-1 to Ceres. And that will count against them, because unless Ceres lose points elsewhere and Quảng Ninh pick up a couple of points, and if they end up on equal points, and unless they match that 4-1 result against Ceres, they cannot overtake them. That's a good ball in. Lynch just using the pace of the ball.
Actually should have done better. Excellent run. It's a good delivery into his path. He's just aiming to use the pace of the ball just to clip it in on goal. Really should have hit the target.
Well, they'll gently put that out of play. Shuang Hung for a corner. Now on the counter, very few players back. Van Koa, all just ball watching there. Now Lynch. Thiago. Referee has seen enough, and after the highs of beating Bali United, and then perhaps